Gentlemen, in case you're wondering, this is the EPL football recap show. Yeah, on this show, we get to focus on how the games were played, the results, and our predictions. Let's get into it. So, on game week 11, 10 games played, we got 8 out of 10 correct predictions. This was a very tough game week, but we managed to get 8 out of 10 correct predictions. So, Manchester United versus Leicester, as we predicted, we were going to beat Leicester because we had to bounce back to winning ways. And this was the last game for our legend, Ruud van Nistelrooy. So the boys had to go all in. That was a perfect game. Bruno Fernandes on the assist. Wonderful goal by Garnacho. No place for Leicester to win. Nottingham Forest versus Newcastle. This was a very tough fixture. Nottingham Forest were a team that was on form. Our prediction was both teams to score or Nottingham Forest to win, but unfortunately Nottingham Forest didn't win. Newcastle, statistically, they had not lost 5 of their last games against Nottingham Forest. So this was a game that Newcastle were going to take serious. They bounced back from 1 goal down to win 3-1. Wonderful, wonderful performance by Newcastle. Then Spurs Ipswich. This was a game of goals, which we predicted over 2.5 goals. Spurs. Tottenham Hotspurs are a team. You think they've got it, but they've not got it. You think this is a game they are going to beat a team 4-5-0, but then they bottle it. And Ipswich, as I said, is not a team to underrate. Remember, they stand Aston Villa, and Aston Villa survived to get a draw. So Ipswich have proven to be a tricky game. I'll be waiting to see how the new coach Ruben Amorim will be performing against Ipswich, because they scored 2 goals against Spurs in the first half and Spurs could not come back. As usual, Spurs come from behind to score many late goals the second half. They're leading in the EPL as a team that has scored more goals in the second half. Unfortunately, this was not their day. First win of Ipswich. Wow. 3 points in the bag. Viva Ipswich. Chelsea versus Arsenal. London clash. London derby. And we said this was going to be a very difficult game. Remember, this game was on the jackpot. And I told you, when a game is on the mega jackpot, that game is not easy. And many people would go for the market of Arsenal to win. Arsenal had little odds slightly than Chelsea. This game, Arsenal were not going to lose because 5 of their last meetings, Arsenal had not lost against Chelsea. And another fact, Arteta has not lost against Chelsea as a manager. So I told many people, I told Arsenal fans, this is going to be a draw and both teams to score. And I bet a draw, and I was able to win a draw because I saw this game was a very difficult game. So Arsenal were clearly not the better side. Chelsea really pressed them. They attacked well. They almost won the game. I feel like if Chelsea did a tactical switch, and put on the right side Pedro Neto, and on the left side they put Modric instead of Madueke on the right side, I feel they would have had a better chance, because when Modric came and Pedro Neto had to switch on the right hand side, when he comes in with his left foot, he's a killer, and he was able to get a goal. So Chelsea again have survived. And a fun fact, and a quick fact by the way, Chelsea have played all top 6 sides and they're number 3 in the EPL. So this can show you that Maresca has been cooking. So don't ignore Chelsea. Brentford versus Bournemouth. This was a very, very interesting game. Brentford against Bournemouth. We said Brentford have been a great team, and Brentford have been leading in scoring early goals. This was a tough game. Bournemouth started scoring. Brentford equalized. Bournemouth took the lead. Brentford equalized and finally got the winner. We have Wisa, we have Mbuemo. This team is in banging form. And being at home, the Bees, they stung the Bournemouth fans by winning at home. This was a very tight fixture. We predicted lots of goals and both teams to score. So that went all in. Crystal Palace against Fulham. Crystal Palace, as I had mentioned, Crystal Palace had a lot of injuries. So very many key players were missing. And this game was also on the mega jackpot. So this was a game that if you analyzed well, you would see there was a catch in this game. And what? As we predicted, Fulham won the game. Fulham won the game 2 goals to nil. West Ham versus this one was a very hard fixture to predict, and we had predicted maybe both teams to score. Unfortunately, they never scored. It was a tough game. It was a very tough game. It ended on a nil-nil stalemate. West Ham have not been on form. Everton away from home, they would always obviously defend, and this game lacked goals. Wolves versus Southampton. Remember, in our predictions, we said Wolves have the squad, have the ability, have shown the resilience that they will beat a team while they're playing at home. They have the good players, the like of Cunha. They have a very strategic squad, and they took their way back to winning ways by beating Southampton 2 goals to nil. Brighton versus Manchester City. This one was a tough one. I looked at this game and I said, avoid putting Manchester City win, because Manchester City have lost 4 consecutive win games right now under Pep Guardiola. That has never happened. Pep is losing back to back to back. Remember, losing from leading a goal to nil and losing the game. So this was a very interesting fixture. Remember, 2 years ago, 2022, Bournemouth beat them 3-2, still at home. So it's not a new thing. Bournemouth are a team that you can. Sorry, Brighton. Brighton are a team not to underrate. Brighton are very good. Likes of players like Mitoma, Danny Welbeck. Their squad is perfect, and they play high attacking football. So they were able to beat Manchester City. Good goals. Joao Pedro's goal was a very brilliant goal to steal the ball off the defender's feet and put it at the back of the net. That was a crazy performance by Brighton. So they stand Manchester City, and again and again, the Blues, the blue, was beaten 4 times consecutively. Then our last fixture on Saturday was Liverpool versus Aston Villa. This was a game I told you Liverpool are in banging form. When they beat Bayer Leverkusen 4 goals to nil, and they scored all those goals from the 60th minute, I told you Liverpool will, no matter how much you defend, Liverpool were going to beat you. And it's a very funny incident, because Salah got the pass, Salah almost scored. The defender uh, did attack on Salah, and obviously that was going to be a red card, because he stopped him from a clear opportunity to score. But then Darwin Nunes came, took the ball, dribbled past the keeper, and put it in the back of the net. So they avoided the red card, but the Reds won the game. So, and also Salah, what a beauty goal! What a beauty goal! In the second half, he scored a beautiful goal after the defender headed the ball wrongly, and Salah from half field of Liverpool side up to scoring the second goal. And as I told you, Captain Salah with an assist and with a goal, those were good points for the APL fans. So that's a recap. This is the recap of the EPL. We'll be doing it each and every game week. So don't touch that dial.